When it comes to lucid dreaming, there are several important factors when it comes to both attaining and maintaining lucidity. If you were to ask people what these aspects were, you would probably hear people talking about reality checking, dream recall, and a good level of awareness. But people perhaps overlook one of the most basic and important aspects there is: sleep. It may seem pretty obvious and self-explanatory, but a good night's sleep is vital when it comes to lucid dreaming and to your physical and mental well-being overall. Without enough sleep, you can grow irritable, grumpy, and more prone to stress. Your ability to concentrate, your energy levels, and your mood can suffer greatly. So it's important to keep a healthy and regular sleep pattern, but that's often easier said than done. Most adults function best with about 7 to 8 hours of sleep, with teenagers usually sleeping a little bit more, between 8 and 10 hours. However, not everybody is the same, and you might find you function better with less than 8 hours, but typically 8 is what you should be aiming for. If you find yourself struggling to fall asleep on a night, you may need to address and make changes to your daytime activity. Diet, exercise, your nightly routine, your stress levels can all have a big impact on your quality of sleep. So let's quickly look through all of these things. Everything you eat will affect your body both physiologically and psychologically, and as we live in an age of quick fixes, fast food and convenient microwave meals, it's probably safe to assume that most of us aren't getting what we really need from our food. Eating food that is high in sugar and bad fat may give you a boost in energy, but eventually you will end up crashing and feeling very sluggish, and this can have a pretty poor impact on your sleep. What you really need to be eating is food high in certain vitamins and minerals in order to maintain a good sleep pattern. Neurotransmitters, the chemicals in your brain responsible for many functions, including triggering sleep, require micronutrients. If you are deficient in these, particularly magnesium and iron, your energy levels during the day will be quite low and you may have trouble getting to sleep on a night. A lack of B vitamins and fatty acids can also contribute to sleep problems. Magnesium is often found in whole grains, beans, dried fruit, fish and some vegetables, with iron usually found in leafy greens, meat and fish. If you struggle to incorporate these foods into your diet, you can buy vitamins and supplements, although there is some speculation on how effective supplements actually are. Another culprit when it comes to disturbed sleep is caffeine, the most popular psychoactive drug in the world. If you are a student, you may be chugging down energy drinks which are packed full of sugar and caffeine in order to keep you going throughout the day, but this might cause a lot of problems when it comes to trying to fall asleep on a night. The effects of caffeine can last between 8 and 14 hours, so even if you are drinking them early on in the day, you may find that they are still affecting you later on in the evening. It is advised that if you have to consume caffeine, that you don't have any past midday. Moving on to exercise. Much like our diets, our exercise is probably lacking somewhat. We aren't as active as we once were, and this can have some long-lasting repercussions on our health. People who are fitter are more likely to fall asleep faster and wake up less frequently throughout the night. So if you're having these issues when it comes to sleeping, it might be worth throwing in an exercise routine. Exercising in the late afternoon or the early evening, as long as it's a good 4 to 5 hours before going to sleep, is the best time to help promote sleep. This way it allows for your body temperature to cool down, which signals to your brain that it's time to go to bed. Aerobic or strength training is fine, it really doesn't matter what type of exercise you're doing, as long as you're doing a moderate amount. There's also no need to push yourself too hard either. One way in which exercise helps to improve your quality of sleep is by producing more slow wave sleep or deep sleep, which may seem like a negative when it comes to lucid dreaming, as dreams most often occur in the REM state. However, it's still best to get your sleep more stable, otherwise with an unstable and troubled sleep pattern, you're going to struggle to get lucid anyway. And now for your nightly routine. Most of us are probably guilty of taking our smartphones to bed or watching TV, playing video games and so on. However, the light from most of these devices are short wavelength enriched, meaning they will emit a higher concentration of blue light, and blue light affects the sleep-inducing hormone melatonin. So these things can really mess with our natural body clock and keep us awake and alert, which is obviously detrimental when we are trying to fall asleep. So really you should be switching your TV off and putting your phone away a good hour or so before trying to get to sleep. It is also advised that you strictly keep your bed for sleeping and for sex. If you spend most of your day laying on your bed watching TV, playing video games, it's going to be a lot harder to fall asleep on a night. This might be because your brain is no longer associating the bedroom as a place for sleep. You will also need to be relaxed before going to bed, which again is a lot easier said than done, given that we all have a lot of stress in our life. More often than not, we are kept awake by nagging thoughts and anxieties, and as we all know, stress doesn't just affect our ability to sleep, it affects our dream recall and ultimately our ability to get lucid. Make sure you spend maybe an hour or so before bed doing something to help you relax and stay calm. This could be reading a book, writing in a diary, or doing some kind of meditation. If you find that your head is just too full of swirling thoughts and ideas, try writing them down and making a list. Often it helps to get an idea out of your head and onto paper. Some people respond really well to ASMR, which stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, where certain sights or sounds can trigger feelings of calmness, sleepiness, tingly sensations on the body, and generally just pleasant feelings. This is one way that I sometimes try and get relaxed on a night. So here was just a brief look at some of the things that affect our sleep and what we can do to ensure a better pattern. If you're really struggling with your sleep, you could keep a sleep diary. Here you will track things such as what time you went to bed, how long it takes you to fall asleep, how often you wake up during the night, as well as any daytime activities such as exercise, diet, alcohol consumption, stress, things like that. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope this video was helpful and informative for you. Remember, there is a 20% discount code for Vivid Dream products in the description. Vivid Dream also make the supplement Deeper Sleep, which, as the title may suggest, is a sleeping supplement. So if that is something you are interested in trying, don't forget to use the discount code and the link in the description. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Max, aka the Rara Rabbit. I'll see you in the next video.